Hey y'all, it's Tina. It's another wonderful Wednesday. I know it's not a terrific Tuesday, but Wednesday is a good day even still. And so I apologize first and foremost. I know you were looking for me, peeping and looking for me, and I was not there yesterday. I was not here yesterday, and that is because we have construction going on in our house, and every room was loud with the beating and banging and outdoors and indoors and so forth and so on. So, and they were here pretty late. So they didn't leave their flies. I'm outside their flies. I hate flies. They were here for all day and into the night. And so I just didn't get a chance to do my video. But I'm here today. And so I hope it's been an amazing week. It is hump day. That's a thing of the past, but it was still funny nonetheless when that commercial was very popular. So last week we talked about the importance of establishing a relationship with the primary care provider, having your physicals, some things that they look for or test for in your physicals, and what kinds of conversations you should have with your providers. And if you're not comfortable having those type conversations, or if they're not comfortable with having those conversations with you, then it kind of defeats the purpose. Like, what good is a physical if you don't discuss the results? Okay. So talked about some things that they should be discussing with you after your physical, after your lab work, and what have you. So one of the things that is ever present in my mind at this age and stage of life, and probably a lot of yours too, let me first say I am not a weight loss coach or any of that stuff. A lot of those, anyways, won't say that. But I am not that. But I do believe in maintaining a healthy weight. And this whole idea came about because I wanted to talk about what plagues me and the issues that I've had after 40 was one of the primary purposes and things that plagued me. And so I talked about us discovering things and learning things together, right? So since we talked about some of the topics that your provider might discuss with you, then let's move on and talk a little bit about what we can do for ourselves after we get those results. So no secret to you all, ever since COVID, mid 40s, weight has been a struggle, or has become a struggle for me, and I have never been skinny. So it is not my goal to be skinny. I don't believe that everybody's going to be skinny. But I do believe in maintaining a healthy weight. And by healthy weight, I mean a weight that is reasonable according to science and scientific statistics. And also a weight where you feel good and comfortable and are able to carry out your activities and activities of daily living. Activities are the things you like to do, like if you like to shop, if you like to dance, if you like to hike, if you like to walk or run. Activities of daily living are the things that you have to do to maintain your life. Are you able to cook for yourself, feed yourself, bathe yourself, those types of things? Because as we grow, whichever way we grow, those things can be impacted. So weight is an issue for me right now because I've gained quite a bit since COVID. And I don't like it because I don't feel my best. And so we're going to talk about those. That's one of the things that your primary care provider should be discussing with you as once you get your results, labs and all of that. That's one of the things that they should discuss. Height and weight. If you gain weight over time, of course, once we're adults, we're not growing anymore, growing any taller. So we need to talk about that. So one thing that we can do, we'll talk about some of those to kind of help with weight loss. And again, this is considering, I don't want us to use hormones as an excuse, but sometimes with hormonal changes, things still are not as easy or don't work as well. So just keep that in mind. And that's something that you should discover in your physical. That's another purpose. If there are hormonal changes or things like that that will prevent you from losing weight, or that would further complicate your goals or plans for how to lose weight or whatever the case is, then hormones can impact that, and hormones should be tested at this age. Okay. So today we're going to talk about water intake. Why are we going to talk about water intake? Because it is very, very necessary and very helpful. Our body is comprised mostly of water. Okay. So we need to replenish the water that we rid ourselves of. And there is so much benefit to water. Do I like water? Not really. Okay. Just don't really care for it. Now, I used to care for the well water that my grandmother had at her house. That's in the country. That's different. This water, not so much. But I do have my water cup here. I'm going to try to drink. While we talk, every sip counts, okay? So, first and foremost, a myth is that only the straight water out of this water bottle counts. That's not true. It is any beverage that you drink, the water in the beverage counts toward water intake. Now, is it a great idea to drink sodas? No, it's not, because there are other things in sodas that make it not so beneficial, like sugar, that causes inflammation in joints and things of that nature. But water, excuse me, if you drink tea, the water in the tea counts. Now, tea is a caffeinated beverage, so again, there's a conundrum. How much caffeine are you getting versus the water? So you might be, and the sugar in the tea, so you kind of might be not really doing as much good for your body as you could do. Once you take into account the sugar and the caffeine, it may be better to drink just water. So since I said water, I'm going to drink water again. So, water, I know everyone says that you should drink, or not everyone, a lot of people still think you should drink 64 ounces of water a day. Great goal. Especially if you don't drink as much as you should, like I don't. Then that is a good goal. But water is should be an individualized goal, just like everything else. Like if you have high blood pressure, you wouldn't give everybody with high blood pressure that need blood pressure management the same amount of blood pressure medicine, would you? Nope. If you're on dialysis and your dialysis treatment that your doctor writes is not a one-size-fits-all. Okay? If you hurt your foot and needed a boot, everybody doesn't get the same boot. No? If you're diabetic and you needed blood sugar management, everybody doesn't get the same amount of insulin or whatever the medication is. Well, the same thing with water. I said it, so I'm going to drink water. Everybody, oh, I got water on my nose. Water. Everybody does not get to drink the same amount of water or need the same amount of water for maximum performance. Yeah? So, water should really be determined your goal by your weight. And it should be a half of an ounce for every pound that you weigh. So basically, whatever your weight in pounds is divided by 2. That's how many ounces of water you should drink. So if you are 150 pounds, you should drink 75 ounces of water a day should be your goal. Keep in mind that it does include the water in the different types of beverages that you might drink in a day. My problem is I just don't drink a lot at all. It's a bad habit of nursing. I have a bathroom thing. I don't like dirty bathrooms. I don't like sharing bathrooms. And so for many of my years as a nurse, working 12-hour shifts, I drank as little as possible so I would not have to use the restroom. I know it's horrible and it is a contradiction to everything that I teach, that a nurse teaches their patients. I know this already. I don't want to hear it from you. But that's what I did. And so I trained myself not to have to use the bathroom by not drinking as much during the day. So I drink very little of anything. I may drink 4 ounces of something in the morning maybe 8 ounces at lunch, and maybe 8 ounces at dinner. Like, it's common. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be a soda, it can be juice, it can be water. I just don't drink a lot. So I'm trying to work on that. And as my default, whenever I fall off the wagon, like I'm off the wagon, then it's always water is one of the things that suffers. So I need to drink more water. Also, I'm talking about this today because I realized I got so busy at work. I was staffing. If those of you who looked at my Facebook page, A Wealthy Place, then I posted a picture right in the middle of the day. I think it was 2 o'clock, and I had not drank anything all day. I'd been up since probably 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning, and I had not had a sip of anything. And it was terrible. Okay, so we're going to talk about some benefits of water and see if I can convince you to join me in a water challenge, drinking more water. So benefits of water: weight loss, because a lot of the foods that we eat have a lot of sodium, and the water helps flush that sodium out. Sodium retains water, causes the cells to retain water, and then you want to flush all of that out. And so you'll hear a lot of people who with blood pressure issues say, I take a water pill. It is a pill to make them void or urinate because of the sodium in the body. The thought is that you can flush all of that out and they lose weight. So it's very common and very popular. So if you hear someone say they're on the water pill, and so that brings me to the second benefit: it helps reduce your blood pressure, drinking water. If you can flush that sodium out, 2 for 1. Drink one, or not drink one water, but make one goal of increasing water intake, and you could reduce your blood pressure, and you also could lose weight by flushing out. It rids your bladder and kidneys of bacteria and impurities. It keeps you hydrated, so it keeps your skin moisturized. Prevents dehydration, especially during the warmer months. We perspire or sweat, and the water we lose, we want to replenish. Okay. This information, I want to make sure I give the credit, is from Harvard.edu is the site that I confirmed and elaborated on some of this some of this information. So it helps carry nutrients and oxygen to your cells. That's what water does. Because your blood is comprised of so much water, that water helps get the nutrients to your cells. Another thing is it aids in digestion. I can tell very much when I have not drank water. I have to do all of the things. I have to exercise. I have to drink water, stay hydrated, and I have to eat right. If not, I will see a difference in my digestive habits. I'll become bloated, constipated, and things of that nature, and it may be for you as well. And so it aids in digestion and helps prevent constipation whenever you drink the appropriate amount of water. It cushions your joints, it protects your organs and tissues, helps regulate body temperature, especially this time of the year, and it maintains electrolyte, in parentheses it says sodium, balance. Okay, so as it relates to water intake, there are tips that you should avoid dehydration. Okay, and for that you have to drink plenty of fluids. You can have Gatorade or Gatorade light drinks. There are some other drinks. Caffeinated ones are not the best. Now, there is a myth that says that caffeinated beverages don't count towards your water intake because they dehydrate you. And there may be some truth down the line to that, but it would take a whole lot to dehydrate you. But, you know, that's not taking into account the percentage of water or the amount of water that it's in that beverage as well. So it's not a total truth there. And so you have to be careful when people get dehydrated. And please be aware at this time of the year. You get hot, confused, headaches. And let me see, they had some more tips on here. I think those are the major ones. confusion, headaches, and there was another one that I wanted to mention that I cannot find. But those are major ones. So you should also avoid heavy alcohol consumption. For women, 1 drink a day is the recommended amount. For men, 1 to 2. And men always get a little bit more because of their body muscle mass. And so one thing I also wanted to share with you before I go is in drinking. I said water a few times and didn't drink water, did I? Sorry. It's something else. If you don't like the taste of water, I use these little packets when I want to spice up my drink. I love the lemonade one. I love cherry and grape. My preference is lemonade though. And I don't really need this whole pack, so I kind of split them in half there. So that counts. It is 0 calories, 10 calories and 0 sugars in this Crystal Light package. And then you can get the generic brand from your store or from your grocery store or from your Target or Walmart. They have that as well. So you want to make sure you drink half your body weight in ounces of water, or as close as you can get to it. And you want to make sure you count the water content in all of the beverages. Okay. Use a flavoring if you need it. And then the last thing I wanted to share with you, and I'm going to let it download. If you have trouble like I do, I intentionally saved this for my video today. If you have trouble like I do today, getting busy and totally forgetting to drink, like I just could not believe that I hadn't drank anything all day. I was that busy at work. It's just kind of like one thing on top of another on top of another. Then you can get this water app. And let's see. Here. You see it? It has the body, it has water, it has how much you should drink, and it will alarm for you. You can set an alarm. See, right over there on the side, it has a drink time. And you can set it to what time you want to start with your water and what time, and it will alarm and it tells you it's time to drink your water. So if you want to spread however much, so say if you had 75 ounces in an 8-hour day and you wanted to spread that over the course of a day, you can divide that out and set it so that each hour it alarms and tells you how much to drink. And it tells you how much to drink. So in order to get me back on track, this is the alarm, okay? And it tells you what times of the day that you can drink water. It starts at 7 a.m. and it will alarm every 2 hours if I slide it over. You see? So I set it at 9 a.m. It's supposed to tell me to drink water. So I can do 915, and you see I've set it to tell me to drink water, and I have the and the text message will say, hey, it's time to drink water. And so then you have all of your things set and you have your handy dandy reminder. Look, and then it just popped up on there right here at the top to tell me that it was time to drink my water. Got it? So, it would have been longer today, but while talking with you all, I have drank a whole cup of water, and so I'm trying to make up my lost time. from today from not starting at an appropriate time. Ideally, you should drink water throughout the day. But also, if you're not a big water drinker, something my health coach told me, yeah, I have a health coach, yesterday, a good idea is to drink water in the car on the way to work, 8 to 12 ounces, and then 8 to 12 ounces on the way home from work. And so you can do that, and even if you're working from home, you can drink 8 to 12 ounces in your ready time or your getting ready time, and then 8 to 12 ounces in your downtime at the end of the day. And that'll get you another 16 to 24 ounces that you usually don't drink in addition to what you drink during the day. So that's what I was supposed to do. I failed yesterday. I just rushed in and rushed out. But I'm going to do better today. All right? So I am over my time. Thank you all for listening. Again, my sincerest apologies for not being on yesterday. But thank you for waiting and seeing the video. And question is, will you join me in this water challenge? Now, even if you can't make that ½ ounce for every pound, then what can you do that is a challenge but doable? Remember, your goals have to be SMART, okay? Specific, measurable, achievable or attainable, reasonable, and time sensitive. All right? So, will you join me in a water challenge? Set your goals and make sure they're SMART goals. All right? Well, thank you for hanging out with me. This is Tina with the Nurse Knows, telling you that this nurse knows that you need to drink more water, especially in these warmer months. And if you're already a great water drinker, challenge yourself. The summer months, activities, running, exercise, being outdoors, more perspiration brings about a new opportunity to increase your water goals. So let me know what you can do. All right? I'll talk to you later. See you next week. Until the next time, live well, do well, be well. See you later.